Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Talking Reds, where we bring the latest on Liverpool news, transfer news and much more. And what a stream we have used tonight. I'm going to be joined in a second by DBK in just a second, but what stream we have for you tonight. Newcastle are actually going to buy a striker. The Isak replacement is inbounds for Newcastle. What a day this is going to be. Newcastle closing in on Nick Waltermord from obviously Stuttgart from the Bundesliga, who Bayern Munich were quite interested in earlier on when they were going for Florian Wirtz. They missed out on him. Now they seem to be missing out on their striking option as well. So yeah, Newcastle are finally getting a Isak replacement. Does that mean Isak is on the way? Well, according to reports, that a bid is coming very soon. A little bit on Marc Guehi, we're going to tuck on to tonight, and also anyone that's just noticed, Champions League draw has just been on. Champions League draw has just been on. Liverpool it's been revealed our 8 opponents in the league group stage of the Champions League. So, with no better situation to start in, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. See how many likes we can get tonight. See if we can get in quite a lot of views tonight, guys. I'm sure you all are wondering what is going on with Alexander Isak, what is going on with Marc Guehi. And let me know your thoughts about the Champions League as well. We've already got the chat very busy already. Bruno in. Hi, Bruno. How are you doing this evening? Jen, Adam, hope you are all doing very good this evening. Like I said, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So the breaking news in literally the recent hour or hours is that Newcastle are closing in on Nick Waltermord from Stuttgart. Agreement at final stages with Stuttgart according to Fabrizio Romano, and also Craig Hope was the first one that came out of this. Craig Hope has had a fantastic summer in terms of getting the Newcastle news out. He's the one that said it was going to happen. Waltermord is due on Tyneside tonight. Moves for Visser and Jorgen Lansen are not over either for Newcastle. Huge implications for Alexander Isak and Liverpool. He also went to say on that he is going to be the Isak replacement. Ben Jacobs has come out and said he's that replacement, and Craig Hope also said that it possibly will be the Isak replacement. It allows the chance now for Isak to leave to Liverpool. That is absolutely massive news, and this has come out from nowhere really. This Waltermord, this sort of link to Waltermord has not really happened in the last couple of weeks or a month or so. When it's been talked about Isak, it's not only been Jackson. Nicholas Jackson's been up there last, and obviously Visser has been a long-going one for Newcastle. But Waltermord has come out of nowhere, and it is absolutely getting done. There was talks about, obviously, earlier on in the transfer window, Waltermord were looking at Bayern Munich. So I think Stuttgart was always open to selling him, despite him, being a fantastic player for them and a big, important player for them. They've always been open to signing him. So I think it's a very good transfer for Newcastle. No offense, it's a very good transfer, good replacement for Isak, but it also gives us that chance, that green light finally that we have been waiting for Alexander Isak. Absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, and guys, whilst we are here, obviously we've got the Isak stuff to talk about, Guehi stuff to talk about, Champions League draw to talk about, and I just want to ask my United fans out there, if you are watching, how are you doing? How are you doing? We've got the Carabao Cup draw to talk about as well, because Carabao Cup was last night. The Carabao Cup draw was last night. Liverpool did draw Southampton at home in the next round, and a certain Manchester United are out of the tournament thanks to a fantastic win from Grimsby on penalties, which was incredible scenes, I've got to say. We have Real Madrid again. We certainly do, Bruno. We have got Trent Alexander-Arnold coming back to Anfield. I hope we warm that bench up for him very nicely. In fact, no, make it cold. Isak Friday said Badger would be hilarious if we put a bid in for Waltermord. I said Voldemort then. Waltermord. Traitor Trent time said Jen. Damon will destroy Trent. He's going to get booed, let's be honest. He's going to get booed. Whether I agree with it or not, he's going to get booed. Waltermord will be in Tyneside tonight, medical tomorrow. Absolutely, James. That is exactly what's going on. And it's a big situation that's going on right now. And possibly green light, like I said, a green light for Liverpool to go get their star man, their Alexander Isak, their number one target up front. Isak is a must. What is the news on Marc Guehi? We will go over Marc Guehi. That means Isak will sign, said Bruno. Well, it's all looking Absolutely perfect right now for Liverpool to jump in and get their man. Absolutely perfect. Adam said, "I hope we get Rodrigo as well." I'd be very, very surprised if we got Rodrigo. If I'm honest. My Man United friend said he fancies a few days away. I said Grimsby at this time of year. He's got a good part. If you wanna go fishing, Grimsby's a perfect place to go. And Man United lost to Grimsby Town, a team in League Two. A very good League Two team, by the way, but yeah, still League Two in it. It's embarrassing. The fact, I mean, that sums up management right now. I'm doing what he did last night with the board and the tactics. But yeah, let's get into also the Isak news. So it was Craig Hope that actually first broke it earlier on with the Walter Maida. Then Fabrizio Romano has said that here we go soon on Walter Maida. But there's always one person in there. Ben Jacobs has said that Newcastle view Walter Maida as an Isak replacement, but there's always one person, and it's the same old person over and over and over again. It's not actually James Pearce. Before I do say that, by the way, it's not James Pearce that's put any spanners in the works. It's not James Pearce. It's actually Luke Edwards, the main man himself, a Newcastle fan / journalist, more fan than journalist, because he is now saying the sources he's heard of is as stressed that the signing of Walter Maida ends in the search for Callum Wilson's replacement. Nothing has changed for Isak now, but surely Liverpool will turn in second bid. A decision will be made as they need to do it. So he's saying that Walter Maida is actually the Wilson replacement and not the Isak replacement. When everyone else is saying he's Isak replacement. Luke Edwards, we are on to you, my friend. We are on to you. We are on to you big time. I hope you have a great night, by the way, because all the shit that you've been putting out for all summer, it's all come to fruition where it's going to spit back in your face. It's like pissing against wind right now for you. It's going to piss against wind. He's basically the Tyneside version of James Pearce, but James Pearce is not that bad. It's not as bad as I think. Walter Maida already said his goodbye to the teammates in also at Stuttgart, according to Patrick Berger. I'm Florian Plettenberg as well. So that deal is going to happen now to Newcastle. That allows us to go get Alexander Isak massively. But like Craig Hope said as well, this is not done yet for Newcastle, and nor is Sean Larson. So they could at least bring another striker in as well. And that is more than enough there to replace Alexander Isak. More than enough. And don't forget that, Adam, as well. They've also got Oslo as well, who scored against the other night. So he's a striker as well. So they've already. I won't even look at what Luke Edwards is saying. I won't even take it into conversation and fully believe anything that he's saying right now. He's coming from a bitter point of view right now. Everything he's saying is coming from a bitter point of view. He is not. He's just. I think he's trying to die on the sword now. He's just doubling down on what he's been saying all summer. We're not going to come back, but now it seems that Liverpool are going to come back. Craig Hope also went on to say how much the deal was going to be for Liverpool as well with Alexander Isak. Sources say a deal around £130 million will be enough for Alexander Isak. Exactly the number I have been saying. Alexander Isak for £130 million. This is the number I think we'll get it to, and this is the number that's been bandied around right now as well regarding that that transfer to be done. £130 million. How high do you think, guys, in the chat? How high do you think we do go? Do you think we'll go 130? Do you think we might go to 140 as a total package? Because I could see, as what was said the other day, 120 million, maybe plus add-ons, 10, 15 million plus add-ons. It was Indy Kelly that actually said that the other day. So that's interesting. What does everyone think of the cup draws? We'll go through both cup draws, Adam. Don't you worry about that one. Grab Luke Edwards' opinion and flush it down the toilet, said Bruno. Luke Edwards not worth the words he said. Luke Edwards is having an absolute nightmare this summer. It's an absolute nightmare because at the end of the day, he's sort of looked at it and it is really gone to the biased point of view rather than doing a proper journalistic job, rather than being unbiased. He's sort of like seeing it from a Newcastle fan point of view and said, no, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. And right now, it's looking like it's happening, Luke. It's looking like it's happening, my friend. You've got a lot of tweets to delete and a lot of shit to delete, or at least stand on it. If it happens, at least stand on it. Whoever's wrong in this situation, at least stand on your business. 120 we've add-on said, Jen, Adam said max 140, 120 to 135, I think in total, said Adam. I do think 130 million, about that will about do it for me. It will about do it. But like I said, we've been waiting a long time for Newcastle. And what that meeting was on Monday, was it the weekend? It was the Monday, wasn't it? The Monday before our game, they had a meeting. And that meeting, I think that was a last-ditch attempt for Newcastle. And it was confirmation for Newcastle saying, right, okay, we can't actually turn it around, can we? I think they came out of that meeting thinking there's actually no chance we can change his mind. So no matter how stubborn they want to be in this situation, or let him rot or whatever you want to do, they know that the smart enough people running that football club that know it's not the right way to go about it. The best way to go about it is to get rid of a person that doesn't want to be there. And I think that's what's come out of that meeting on Monday. And Isak, he was adamant that he wanted to go, and he said everything that he needed to say on Monday in that meeting, I think, from what I'm seeing for the reports. Craig Hope has actually backed that as well today. It was seen as the final player. The striker made it clear he did not want to play either before or after the transfer deadline. So that is absolutely an ultimatum from Alexander Isak. He gave them an ultimatum. He said, you either sell me or I'm not playing for you at all. He said, I don't want to play before and I don't want to play after the transfer deadline for Newcastle. He doesn't want to play for Newcastle ever again. That is what he basically said to them. So it's an ultimatum now. So do you keep a player that is unwilling to play? Regardless, you could try integrating him all you want. He doesn't want to play. Or do you let him go and get some money for him and a good amount of money for him? Now the ball is in Liverpool's hands. Now it's up to you, Liverpool. Do you have the guts to go and make that second bid? That's the question. How high are Liverpool willing to go here? This guy's been our number one target, remember. We've already spent 110, 120 million tops on Florian, 110 million on Florian Wirtz. Now we have got most of that money back from Wirtz. In fact, we've got all the money back from Wirtz. Now, how high do we go now for Isak? How much do we want this guy? Because it's quite clear how much we want to get this guy for me. His number one target. It was more of a target than Ekitike. Ekitike was sort of a backup or a player alongside Isak coming in. Isak, if he's your number one, Liverpool, you go show me how much you want this. That bid needs to be at least, as a whole, needs to be at least 130. Anything less, as a whole package, less than 130 million pounds, that is not serious for me. We've already bid 110. That got rejected. That didn't just get rejected. That got rejected emphatically by Newcastle. They saw it as an insult. So if we add 10 million pound onto that, that's gonna get rejected regardless. So that's pointless. We need something to make Newcastle go, okay, let's talk. That's what we need to do. And the only thing I can see doing that is at least 130 million pounds. And that's at least. It might go up to 140. It could even go up to 150. But I think 130, around that mark, will be the price that Newcastle say, okay, we're willing to listen. Let's see what else you got and what the add-ons are and things like that. And Newcastle have always been sort of open to win. They've always been open to win. Open to win. Open to selling Isak if they were getting the players in. Did Crystal Palace win? Said Adam. I'm sure they're still playing. Are Crystal Palace still playing? I'm sure they are. Have they kicked off yet? The drew 0-0, so they're through. Oh no, the drew early game against Fredericks, that one. So yeah, Crystal Palace are through. So that could be Marc Guehi's last game as well for Crystal Palace. A 0-0 draw away to Fredericks. That obviously going on then to through, and they deserve to be through. They should be in the Europa League, to be honest, but they deserve to be through. So the ball is in Liverpool's court. That is what it is now. It's all in Liverpool now. Newcastle are getting their replacements. Isak's told Newcastle, I want to go, and I'm not changing my mind. I won't play for you ever again. Liverpool, it's up to you. Make that bid. Make that bid. Get that player. It's as simple as that for me. It is as simple as that. Please take Isak away. Don't need him now. Said Kev. I presume you are a Newcastle fan. Kev, I presume you are. And Kev, let me know about what do you think of your Champions League draw as well. I'm sure you came against my boys, Bodo Glimt. Did you get Bodo Glimt? I wanted Bodo Glimt. I really did. I absolutely love Bodo Glimt. Did Palace win today yet? £130 million plus add-on, says Jimbo. And like, guys, if you are in the chat, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Guehi Sunday said Firebird. I'd be very surprised we got a signing on. Then again, actually, Leone was actually bought on the game day, wasn't he? Leone was bought on game day on the Friday before Bournemouth. So we could actually see a movement on the Guehi. Guehi is okay, no injuries. Either tonight or tomorrow, said Firebird. You know what, guys, actually, thinking about it, now I think that's happening right now. I think we make a bid tomorrow. I think the way things have rolled today and tonight, especially regarding Alexander Isak, I think that bid comes in tomorrow. I think it's setting itself up for that. And I can't see it being Saturday. I think it's obviously too close to game day. I know they can work it around game day, but I just think Friday makes more sense. Don't know about Newcastle Bruno with £119 million bids. Newcastle will shut the door on us. Exactly. We need to go at least, as a total package, at least 130. Anything less than that, I don't think Newcastle even listen because they just rejected 110. I'm really happy about UCL draw. I think we finished third in the Group 6. Wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. I thought you said Group 6. Yeah, 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So who do you think our loss is against, Brett? That's interesting. Who do you think our loss is against? Yeah, I'm. You know what? I'm really happy about our Champions League draw. I am. I think it's a very good Champions. I wanted Real Madrid. It's a very, very good draw. I wanted them. Inter Milan's a good draw as well. I think Galatasaray is going to be a tough game to go to. It's a tough place to go. Is Galatasaray? I think their fans are always up for it. It's a tough place to be. I think that's going to be a good game, a very good game. Marseille is a good game. I'm very happy with the Champions League draw. You know what? You know who had the hardest draw? Madness. PSG. PSG's 8 games are absolute madness. Their easiest game is Sporting Lisbon. And Sporting Lisbon are no mugs for me. I know they lost a striker and lost a manager, but they're still a good team. If that's the worst team they play, when there's other teams in that competition that are way worse, then PSG's is ridiculous. And PSV is said last year, yeah, absolutely. But that's the only one I'm quite disappointed. I didn't really want to pay PSV again. The only team I wanted to play again was probably Real Madrid. But I like playing different teams and trying different things and seeing other teams play. But Real Madrid, obviously, we know why I wanted Real Madrid. I want to fucking batter those fuckers at Anfield. If Walter made it is at Tyneside tonight, I've got a feeling we could find out tonight and Big goes later on tonight. He thinks tonight, does Adam? We're glad to take ease off Newcastle's hands. LSE is so kind. We'll do anyone a favour. Red goals. We'll do anyone a favour. Newcastle, if you don't want him, we can have him. It's absolutely fine by us. If you don't want him, we can have him. Absolutely fine. We'll find him a good home and we'll find him just a nice soft pillow to lay on. It's fine. We'll look after him. Newcastle. Don't you worry about that. Well, Isak has sold his Newcastle pad as well, so they may as well get in there before Chelsea decide to try and hijack. It's interesting that because he has sold he must be still living at that house because that's where he had the meeting the other day. City have 6 hard games. City have probably maybe the hardest out of the English teams. But like I said, PSG's 8 games is just ridiculous. Medical tomorrow says Kev, they won't let Isak go until deal is complete. So when Kev, as a Newcastle fan, when do you think Liverpool actually make that bid? Then I think it's going to be tomorrow afternoon into the evening. That's what I think personally. That's just an opinion. I'm basing it on all the evidence I'm seeing, but just how quick that Walter made it. Transfers come out of nothing, and now quick it's moving already. The fact that he's got a medical tomorrow, and that's going to be done. I think. Right, I just thought of something. Imagine he has medical tomorrow. Isak makes the bid, and we get the Isak deal done over the line, and he fails his medical. You know what? No, but if he fails his medical, Walter made it. They'd pull the Isak stuff, wouldn't they? They wouldn't let Isak go. He'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine. Chelsea got easiest of Premier clubs. Someone said Arsenal. I didn't see everyone's. I saw Arsenal's. I didn't see Chelsea's. I saw Newcastle's. We beat both Madrid's because both at home and we want to win our own games. We've had some tough ties against Atletico, haven't we? In this competition, we played Atletico, knocked us out of the season. We won the league, didn't we? Unless he sees Tyneside, thinks, nah, I'm going back to Germany. I don't know why people hate on Newcastle. Have you ever been to Newcastle? Newcastle's actually a beautiful place to go, It actually is a very good place to go. I've been to Newcastle a few times. It's a very good place to go, and they're usually friendly. I don't know if they're friendly towards Liverpool fans now. I've not been up since everything's happened. And if I'm a Liverpool fan, then I don't know if they're friendly, but they have been friendly to me in the past. They've been brilliant. I think Guehi and Isak is done tomorrow. Say Colin, you think Guehi's done tomorrow as well? I think that's going to be a bit later, that one. I think Athletic is tougher than Liverpool and Vale, given the way that we play. Yeah, I mean, the hard to break down. We know that already. We know that absolutely already. Can't wait for Traitor Trent to show up. Chanting will be on 40 volume, said Jen. And Trent's got a long night. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me, especially that Trent's been dropped now from the team. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't travel for that game. If he's been dropped and he's not played him anyway, would Alonso bring him to Anfield for that and create something that doesn't need? Wouldn't he rather his team concentrate on what's going on the pitch and not having a circus going around behind it? That could be one thing to think about. Trent actually might not come that day to Liverpool. Unless he gets an injury, them injuries that people pull up, like the Isak. Trent could get an Isak injury. Those Isak injuries happen quite quickly, don't they? That's what it could happen. Yes, tomorrow evening, said Kev, and a barbecue. That's a random thing to say. Hopefully no injuries for Guehi tonight, said Jennifer. I think he's absolutely fine. Jennifer, he's come out, obviously, 0-0. Congratulations to Crystal Palace for getting through. He absolutely deserve getting through. He should be in the Europa League, but I hope they go on and win that Conference League now. Got a 0-0 draw against Frederick Sat away. That means they go through on aggregates to 1-0 first game. We've played Marseille before. Remember, Torres got... Forget the Torres goal. Remember Gerrard's goal against Marseille? On the outside of the box with his left foot, wasn't it? Torres goal was class, but Gerrard goal... it was that Marseille wearing that sort of like orangey, like a really light orange colour, weren't they, that night? Gerrard left foot, curling and edge of box. I was against Marseille. I'm sure it went over keeper. That was first time shot and all. That was class, that. Hopefully, I'll be going to another trip to Anfield to see us play Real Madrid again. Oh, I'd love to go to that. I would love to go to that. Absolutely love to go to that. 1 second. So you reckon Isak will be done tomorrow? I said Owen. I don't think it'll be done tomorrow, but I think we'll put a bid in tomorrow. I think it'll be done possibly over the weekend. It'd be nice, actually. It'd be nice. Because if we can get the bid done tomorrow and get it accepted quickly, depending on what bid, we'll get the medical in on Saturday. We could unveil him on Arsenal against Sunday. Because remember, the transfer deadline day is on Monday. So we ain't got much time left. So either way, when we unveil him, it's going to be either Sunday or Monday. It's not going to be Saturday. It's too quick to happen. We'd have to do stuff tonight. But Sunday and Monday, I think they're the days that I think anything like that will be announced. I think a bid comes in tomorrow for Liverpool. Maybe in tonight, how quick things are going. But things are going quick because I think it needs to go quick. There's literally 3-4 days left. So it's got to quick. I think that's the reason why it's going quick. But yeah. Trent will have a long night on the bench if he travels. He absolutely will. Make sure we keep that bench cold for him. I think Liverpool have to wait Europa match to be done. No way they allow Guehi to play for Crystal Palace at the weekend. The Europa League, you mean the Conference League, mate? Their Conference League game's done, mate. They drew and they're through. So what's the news on Guehi? I will go on to Guehi, Jen. I will go on to Guehi. The atmosphere at Gala will be amazing. It always is. Galatasaray have got a loud crowd. It's hostile there sometimes. This is why I said the way games like this in Europe are absolutely fantastic, though. I absolutely love it. I love like grounds that are up for games like that. And that's what makes Champions League such a hard competition. That's what makes Champions League. Damien, are you doing a Champions League watch along? Hopefully this year, Jen. I am. Hopefully I am doing Champions League watch alongs. I don't know if anyone's doing a watch along this Sunday because I'm away on this week. So I don't know if anyone's doing a watch along Sunday, but I'm trying to get someone to do a watch along Sunday. But Champions League watch alongs and the week after when I'm back. watch songs are back on. When I was growing up, I was seeing to play Marseille, Porto a lot when we were under Benitez. And Chelsea, Daz, I remember Chelsea. We used to get Chelsea all the time in Champions League. All the time. That's when we got that hatred with Chelsea, didn't we? That Mourinho, Benitez era. The ghost goal, Luis Garcia. And then we got him in. We got him in the group stage as well one time, which was random because it's very rare you get someone in the group stage from the same country. Remember how quick Mike Lewis did the Fabinho deal? Well, that was out of nowhere as well, Bruno. That was like from 3:00 in the afternoon. He was done like back 7. That was ridiculous. What a game yesterday. It said, Owen, I presume you're on about the Grimsby game. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Out of all the games, I would like to go to the Gala game. I'd love to go to away games in Europe, to games like that. I would absolutely love it. That would be sensational. Yeah, we'll be going over the Champions League draw just shortly. I'm sure DBK still said he's still joining me. On second says. One second, I was going to reply to DBK, and he's going to come in, I think. Right. DBK said he is coming in, so let's have a look. I do think sometimes the Champions League draw is rigged. It's a weird draw now, isn't it? It's a really weird draw, like drawing the balls and then pressing the button. It's really strange. I didn't mind it last year. I didn't mind the whole. I got used to the concept of the 8, and the games were very, very good, which is good. But I don't think there was anything wrong with the group stage things, especially when it comes to the draw. The draw makes much more sense for a start off. Those Chelsea games were the stuff of football legends. It absolutely was. And we actually got Arsenal in the Champions League once, didn't we, as well, in the knockout stages. That was a big game. Sorry to break it to you, bro, but the striker signing has been confirmed with Wilson. Emmy, I hope you enjoyed last night for number 1. Number 2, if it's Luke Edwards that's saying is a Wilson replacement, then I won't look too much into that, Emmy. I know you're trying to cope right now as Man United fan. I know you're trying to find any sort of positive news from somewhere. In fact, there you go. There's some positive news for you. Garnacho to Chelsea. Here we go. How about that for you, Emmy? That's breaking news right now. Garnacho's joined Chelsea. Is that positive news for you? But in terms of regarding what you said there about Alexander Isak, about Walter Maida being Wilson's replacement, that is Luke Edwards that's come out and said that. So more things are coming out as well by Isak. 1 second. So Newcastle look to have finally landed a striker, and Liverpool could now make a second attempt to sign Alexander Isak. The fee demand, should they decide to sell Isak, will be still key. Liverpool had a £110 million bid rejected in August. They would go above £120 million, given there is no competition to sign him. That is according to Paul Joyce and Matt Hardy Sports. So very, very, that is as reliable as you get. Right there. Liverpool are going to make a second attempt for Alexander Isak, confirmed by Paul Joyce and Matt Hardy Sport. And it's actually said Newcastle look to like have finally landed a striker. There we go, guys. That is the breaking news right now. That is the confirmation of Liverpool are going back in for a second bid. Do you remember a few weeks ago saying they weren't going to come back in for a second bid? And here we come. DBK is coming in like into Anfield.
How's everything?
How are you doing? Lots to talk about.
Yep, lots to talk about, man. It's been a very eventful day for us, and with the news of Newcastle finally after 1,000 years, 1,000 rejections, it looked like there was no possibility of them getting a striker. They finally got one that actually said yes, which is surprising because I actually lost hope for them. But yeah, and plus obviously we got the Champions League draw, which me personally I think we're going to win majority of those. The toughest.
And the Carabao Cup draw. Don't forget that happened last night.
Oh yeah,
the Carabao Cup draw as well last night.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was too busy celebrating. I was too busy celebrating the Man United loss because that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, man. Very embarrassing.
There's one thing that brings every fan together, you know, and that's a Man United loss.
Oh yeah, I was saying this a while ago. Man United losing will never not be boring. Them being terrible will never not be boring. Like I can't get sick of them being trash because and you know the great thing about it is the excitement that they get every time they get a new signing and a new manager, and then they just get brought back down again. This is a constant revolving door. It's amazing, man. And that
It's
Giggs
like
quote
chicken
saying,
pox, isn't it? There, it's like chicken pox because the shit, like the shitness, they just rub it onto everyone else when they come in.
yeah,
No matter who they get, and they
yeah,
get a bad attitude, every one of them.
yep. Bad
It's like chicken
attitude,
pox.
not serious, out of shape, not training properly. The managers lost the dressing room. We need a new manager, and it's like every manager they get just keeps getting worse.
What was your thoughts on Anna's performance? I think he should get a
Um,
lifetime.
you know what's so funny about Onana? Yeah, I've never seen him. You know how like we question, like I can see like how like Karius was a professional goalkeeper. I can see how Mignolet was, or all those. Oh no, I generally him and Robert Sanchez, I generally get confused on how they became goalkeepers, especially for a team like Man United, because he can't catch the ball. His presence is non-existent. He dives after the ball's in the net. He's a hologram. So when the ball comes at him, it goes in. Like it is diabolically shocking how bad of a goalkeeper he is. The fourth division goalkeeper looked better than him in goal. Terrible goalkeeper. But long may it continue. It's funny because they've replaced shit with the new goalkeeper that they've been starting and the other goalkeeper. It's just shit with shit.
Same toilet, different shit. Same shit, different toilet.
Oh yeah, man.
United lost the fourth division. Man United losing to League Two side makes it even funnier. I think just Man United losing in general makes it funny anyway.
It
But a
is,
League
man.
Two side just takes it to
You know
another.
what's so funny? They lost before we even played the game. They lost before the big boys got games. They lost in the second round. They lost before anybody else was able to play a game. They lost. They lost. Yeah. Nobody was watching the game, but everybody knew that they lost because it was so shocking. Everyone's like, "Oh, Man United going to win," and they still end up losing.
You know what? Though when it went to 2-2, I thought, "There's no way! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!" Kate's in the chat. I'll say the wife of Jonathan, who are regular Newcastle fans. Welcome in, Kate, and Jonathan, if you are there as well. Hi, David. My name is Kate. As with Jonathan and Newcastle fans, we would like to say we should have got something out of our game the other night. Yes, but I think Jonathan came on the other day, actually, Kate, and I said, "Look, Liverpool were lucky. Simple as that. I'm not going to gaslight anyone on here, and I'll tell you the truth. If Liverpool were lucky on a game, I'll tell you they were lucky. Newcastle deserved a point at least in that game. But it is what it is. Champions get through games like that when they don't play well and somehow get the job done. And luckily, we've got an absolute superstar on the bench in a 16-year-old Moa. So it is what it is. But yeah, let's go on to Marc Guehi as well. Because obviously, as we see, the Isak news breaking out. Marc Guehi, Liverpool are set to submit a new bid for Crystal Palace for Marc Guehi. It's already apparently, according to this report, that he's already agreed on a 5-year deal for Liverpool.
I heard that from that German source guy, the one he said it like a month ago, like that. He's that easy.
Go on, mate.
Hello, can you hear me?
You there? Yeah, go on, mate.
No, I was just saying that I forget his name. The main the reliable source from Germany. He said that Isak agreed.
Plettenberg.
Yeah, Plettenberg. Yeah, he said Isak agreed to personal terms ages ago, and Fabrizio a few weeks ago said that Guehi has said yes to Liverpool and agreed on terms with Liverpool. It's just getting the fee agreed, and that's all it really is for these players at this point. I feel like Guehi's more important because Konate has been terrible. And you know what's crazy? Do you know how we were saying in the chat how our defense is open? If you look at that, look at our defense in transition against Newcastle. We weren't open at all in transition. What punished us was Kirkes trying to back into Bruno Guimaraes instead of jumping up to head of the ball, and Konate falling asleep and just putting on a disaster class of a performance. Overall, Gravenberch showed that he made a difference. And maybe, because we're yet to see this combination, maybe we need McAllister and Gravenberch to play together. And then there may be certain games where you have Szoboszlai as a right back, and then you have him invert. And then when you have Szoboszlai invert, you let Kirkes be Kirkes and let him be the fullback that bombs up, because Kirkes is not doing well in the role that he's given. Kirkes is known for his crossing ability and getting up and down the pitch, and in this new system, he has not been allowed to do so. So if you play Szoboszlai right back, maybe you can invert him, and he can be an extra body in midfield and give us that compactness that we need. And then obviously you have Kirkes able to bomb up and down the pitch. Or if you sign Marc Guehi, maybe you go to a 3 at the back and then you allow Kirkes to bomb up and down, because that him and Konate are the two people I'm worried about. Everybody else in terms of our back line, I'm not really worried about, if I'm being honest.
We said that, didn't I? I think I said that once. I don't get why Kirkes has come inside. It makes no sense.
He's uncomfortable. He's
very uncomfortable. Even a wide player doesn't come inside. It doesn't even make sense as a wide player anyway. You know, like a fullback. A fullback's a fullback. This is why I said all the time, when everyone was saying get Trent in midfield, I said it's not a midfield. I'm telling you that now. I was so adamant it wasn't a midfield. And when England played him in midfield, I said, well, there you go. It was so obvious he's not a midfielder. He hasn't got the awareness behind him.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's funny because what people don't understand, and this is the same thing as a winger. Those positions out wide, you have the most time on the ball. You have the most time on the ball. When you're in the middle of the pitch, whether you're a striker or whether you're a midfielder, number 10, DM, you have the least amount of time on the ball because that area is more congested. That's why when we first got Nunes, we saw Nunes have success out wide because he had more time on the ball. He had more space to operate, because when the ball goes to the other side of the pitch, everybody drags over, and now you're in a bunch of space that you wouldn't have if you're in the middle. So he's gonna suffer because he's getting exposed when he comes inside for not having the technical ability he needs to play that role. And if we wanted to play that role, we should have gone for Aït-Nouri, someone that actually is comfortable on the ball, that can go inside and do all those stuff. But it's weird because the tactics that Slot has been given has been off since the start of the season, and obviously he hasn't helped with Konate playing bad and Kirkes not looking good. But yeah, if we get Guehi and we sit Konate on the bench, maybe that'll wake him up. And then obviously with Gravenberch being there, we're not going to be exposed as much in transition, because last against Newcastle, I was worried about us getting exposed in transition. With Gravenberch there, I noticed that a lot of that exposed in transitionness kind of went away.
You know, I think regarding the transition thing, I don't think we were caught on transition against Newcastle because we didn't attack much. You got to remember that we didn't.
But that's good though, because we shouldn't be attacking the way we're attacking anyway. We shouldn't be doing that anyway. We should be more controlled. But the problem with that was, even though we didn't attack much, we still couldn't control the game. This is why another midfielder is very important. This is why I always get upset when I think of Thiago Alcantara, because he is the player that is needed. His profile is needed for this team. And it's a shame that he's made out of glass and he's retired.
30 to 35 million says Adam for Guehi. I think it'd be more than that, if I'm honest.
I think it'll be 40.
I think we'll get 40. I think we could even go up to 45, but we've got to do it. We've got to do it for me, Guehi, because
I don't care about the price anymore.
Try another 5 to 10 million for a player that is going to make an absolute difference right now, then it's pointless for me.
Well, I got a question for you. Are you worried about Wirtz?
I won't say worried. I'd say I've always said the same. Look, it's a new league. You can't hit the ground. You don't expect him to hit the ground running. I think Ekitike hitting the ground running probably not helped him in terms of like how he looks.
Mm-hmm.
When really you think it the other way around, you think Wirtz will hit the ground running, but Ekitike wouldn't. But it's gone the other way around. I'm not worried about him. I think gets used to the physicality a little bit.
Yeah, I think if you look at the 2 goals against Newcastle, you can make a case that Wirtz was involved in both off the ball, because he makes the run to make the defender or to make Joe Linton compromise. Wirtz is getting into those positions. He's just that we can't get the ball to him. The touches that he has has lessened. His involvement has lessened, and he hasn't been able to get into his comfortable zones. And there was times in the game where he dropped too deep that there were times where he could score, but he's not receiving the ball. Even in the build up for the second goal, there was runs that he made, and we're just not finding him. But hopefully, the Arsenal game will be the game where he actually performs, because I go into a lot of these games looking for him to ball out, and I've been disappointed.
You know what? The Arsenal game is a bonus for Saka's not playing. Saka absolutely terrorizes when he plays us.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Robertson when he's there, but Kirk is playing where he's doing right now. He can't come up against Saka.
But there's no pressure on us because Arsenal fans are saying that they're gonna batter us. So, and they're gonna win 100% because that Eze hype has gotten to their head. So, hey man, I'm chilling. I'm relaxed. They got all the pressure because they got the deepest team in the Premier League supposedly, and they've won the window and whatnot. And us being Liverpool fans, we're used to not winning the window. We didn't win the window last season. We didn't spend anything. We won the league instead.
Once, I think.
We never win the window. So hey, if people want to look at it like that, then it is what it is.
So going on there,
Guehi must.
There we go. Going on to the Champions League job. There we go. That is that is Liverpool's fixtures. So they're not in order of the fixtures.
Is this in the order?
They're in pot order.
Okay. All right.
So they were not playing Real Madrid first and Inter. That'd be madness. The fixtures, the schedule for will come out Saturday, I think. So these are just in pot order. So pot 1 is Real Madrid Inter. Pot 2 is Atletico Madrid, Frankfurt. Pot 3, pot 4 at the bottom. So the fixtures will come out. We're going to play Real Madrid around like Man City area.
Wait, who did Man City get? Because they always get the easiest.
Man City, I can go over Man City's now. I've got it up on a different slide. So Man City got Dortmund, Madrid, Leverkusen, Villarreal, Napoli, Bodo Glimt, Galatasaray, Monaco.
Oh, so they got an easy group again. They only got 2 tough teams. Look, we got Real Madrid, Inter, Atletico.
I said Napoli's tough as well.
Oh yeah. Napoli are good as well. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I fancy us against all of these teams, if I'm being honest. I think we're capable of beating all of these teams. Real Madrid from a few years ago, I wouldn't be as confident, but this version of Real Madrid, no Toni Kroos and no prime Modric, I back us against everybody. I think Inter might be a sticky game a little bit because of how they set up and how they play. Atletico Madrid, we normally beat them in the group. PSV should be easy. Frankfurt, I reckon we can. Yeah, well and truly, I don't see it. If we could actually win all these games, if I'm being honest, we can win all these games.
I think the hardest ones are at home as well, though, aren't they? Like, apart from Inter. Inter's the only one I'm looking at thinking away to Inter.
No, but I think the hardest game would be, if you talk about at home, I'll probably say Atletico.
Yeah.
I don't think I think the fact that Trent is coming back, and if he starts, I think that's gonna give the crowd an extra boost. That boost, like the atmosphere is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I think we could beat them pretty comfortably, but who knows what could happen.
You know, I said before you came on stream.
What?
I thought about Trent's been dropped now. He's now on the bench.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe the Liverpool game, he goes into that game thinking, because he's not relying on Trent to play, he's on bench. It wouldn't surprise me if they left him at home that game.
Nah, they gotta bring him, man. They gotta bring him. Yeah, they gotta bring him. You know, because now it looks like he's hiding. Even from an image standpoint, it looks like he's hiding. He has to play. If we get to that point and we're playing them and he's starting, I would start Rio. I would start Rio against Trent.
We need to see those tapes. We'll get those tapes back live.
I would start Rio against Trent. The only person I would not start Rio against Carvajal, because Carvajal will actually injure Rio.
Yeah.
That dude, no. But if it's Rio, I would if I'm slow, I would say, go at him. Do what you do to him in training. Trent is not the fastest guy. He gets caught out of position. He wants to attack more than defending. Go at him. Because people on Twitter will be ready to sing your praises and back you. And if Trent tries to square up to you, the crowd is going to get on your side, Rio.
I don't think he'd dare. I don't think he'd dare.
So yeah, I would be, and plus, if we get Isak, man, I'm just excited with the lineup that we could possibly play, man.
Isak, Rio, and Salah either side.
Do you know what makes Isak a must buy? I'm not sure if you heard about Ekitike might be representing Cameroon. If that happens, then we had to get Isak because we would have lost Salah and Ekitike.
And that's crazy.
That is crazy.
What we got then after that? Rio, Gakpo, Chiesa. That's all we got.
Yep. But I think Chiesa is going to have a good season. I see him getting a solid 8 goals, 5 goals, 6 goals around there. I think he's going to have a good season, Chiesa.
He's a very good backup. I don't know why we're even looking at selling him, to be honest. But not when we're selling like Nunes and Diaz as well. I don't get why we're looking at selling Chiesa as well. I don't get it. It's like a fucking car boot sale, man, this summer with us. Everything we got there.
I'm hearing that Diaz is tearing it up.
Yeah.
But they're saying Diaz looking like when we first signed it, but the finishing is woeful.
That's what I'm saying. But let's not have some revisionism here. That's what I've seen online. Why we sold Diaz when he's playing like this? But he didn't play like this for us last season. Majority of the time he didn't play like this. He's going to be.
I think it's because we don't have any depth. That's really it. Yeah. We don't have any depth. Yeah. We look on our bench and we see no one there. But we're Liverpool Football Club. It doesn't matter if we don't have depth. One thing I've noticed about this club is that no matter who we have on the bench, somebody can do something. Somebody can do something. It'll be the most unlikely person. Somebody can do something.
DBK, could you take over just 1 second? I'm just going to go check something.
Yeah.
Champions League, and then we'll go into the Carabao Cup then. Is that all right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let me look. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let me move this out of the way so I can see some shit. Okay, put this here. All right, let's see. Newcastle paying 90 million for Waldman. OMG, that is big money for the kid. That tells me Isak is done because Newcastle have no cash to spend due to PSR. They had to sell before they could send the. Okay, so let me break this down. Yes, I do agree with that. And I think Newcastle picked the right guy. Because one thing we gotta note about this guy. This guy has a similar build. He's 6'4". He's tall. He's got good footwork, tidy with the ball. Like he's actually better than Sesko. And you can make a case that he's better than Nicholas Jackson. I'm pretty sure he scored a good amount of goals last season. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that. Okay, let's see. Big name managers ain't gonna touch us. Okay, let's see. You should do a collaboration with American Scouts, so they are good as well. Never heard of him. Hold Diaz destroys all. Oh, you hope Diaz destroys also? Me too. Let's see. I saw 65. 65 what? Oh, you're talking about the price tag. Yeah. At the end of the day, it don't matter what they spend as long as they get they dude in the door. No Newcastle, man. Bro might fail medical. I hope not, obviously, but hey, man. Let's see what happens. Hold on a minute. You might be right. Let me show you something quick. Look at this. You guys see this? Where they getting this money from? Where are they getting this money from? I'm just asking you guys. Where are they getting this money from? Okay. I did wonder if there was going to be a shocking signing before the window. I think Isak game. I do think so as well. I thought that guy was touted to go Bayern Munich. I'm not a big fan of the dude because I placed a bet on him to get a goal in England under 21s. and he ends up selling fruits, man. But yeah, this guy has got nice footwork, very nice footwork. The guy they're getting, I'm not gonna lie, that's a really, really good Isak replacement. If I'm being honest with you guys, that's a really, really good Isak replacement. If he can fulfill his potential, then it may seem like they never got rid of Isak. Isak is obviously better, but it may seem that way if he's able to translate his ability, because he's a very good player. But we'll see what happens. And obviously, we're seeing Chelsea making moves and signing Garnacho. But yeah, these last couple of days of the window is going to be crazy. It's definitely going to be crazy. Let me see this. Wait 1 second. I believe we're interested in it. Okay. Wait, who are you talking about? Who you talking about? Let's see. Oh yeah, he is much more bulky. I'm talking about the height. The height. Nothing but the height, not the weight. I believe we were interested in this guy before we went for Verts. Who? Interested in who? You need to elaborate, bro. Will they have a release clause in his contract, do you think? Either way, the release clause is gonna be like 120. Because if they're paying like 80 million to 90 million, yeah, it's gonna at least be like 120. Which is why we should have went for women and let the PSR and let it be in PSR by keeping up Happy Isak. Nah, I'm cool with Isak. Walter Made. Okay, they can spend body because they have sold Isak to us, which frees them in PSR. Okay, I'm not sure if you've seen this. Yeah.
Go on, mate.
They are going for that guy from Barcelona. Newcastle. Apparently, that guy is valued at 100 million euros. The midfielder. Let me see if I can find the midfielder. Shit.
Which one? I'm not seeing that.
Oh,
Fermin Lopez.
Yes.
That's
so where they get all this money from? I'm saying. So sources still believe a deal north of 130 would be the ballpark at which an agreement could be for Isak.
Yeah, so that's
What's so funny? Newcastle's.
Yeah, that's what the news came out today. That's what who said for 130 now? I think it was Craig Hope. About 130 million could be the deal that gets it done.
Yeah. Fake real. They're signing Naka. That's all I care about. I don't care about any other position they're signing. He's better than Sesko. The guy they signed is better than Sesko.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's better on the ball. He looks
I'm
more
surprised. You know
comfortable.
what? I don't know why they didn't go for him before.
Probably because they thought he was going to Bayern Munich. Because remember, early in the window, he was linked to a move to Bayern Munich, and that deal was meant to happen. But the reason why the deal didn't happen is Bayern Munich didn't want to pay the asking price.
Yeah.
And then obviously after that, Bayern Munich turned their attention to Nicholas Jackson. And according to Fabrizio said Chelsea were blocking moves for Nicholas Jackson to go to Bayern because they thought Liverpool or Newcastle would make a late swoop. So they wanted to see if they can
I
get more
saw a
money.
report earlier, mate. I saw a report earlier that we were looking at Jackson.
I wouldn't want. Here's the thing. I think Jackson's a good player. My issue with Jackson is at least signing him now, is if Ekitike decides to play for Cameroon and Jackson already plays for Senegal, we have no striker in January. I do not like the idea of that. I do not like the idea of that at all.
Owen saying that 8 o'clock there's going to be IndyCali news. I'll wait until 8 o'clock. And I'll
he said writing a big exclusive for Liverpool will break at 8 p.m. That guy's been the MVP this window.
Oh, hang on a second. It is unlikely that Liverpool will go above £120 million for Isak. We've got to know if I don't think they'll accept anything lower than 120. I don't.
I think they probably talk about base fee or add-ons or some junk.
I think the same because we're the only team going for him. We don't see the point in paying more.
We're the only team that he wants.
Yeah.
And they have to sell him since they're getting this guy over the line.
Yeah.
Because what? They said £75 million. £75 million for him. Someone in the chat said, do you think that he would have a release clause in his contract?
Isak.
Not Isak. The guy that yeah. You think you have a release clause? It don't make a difference to me. His release clause will be crazy.
Yeah.
It'll be like.
Would you put a release clause on Isak's?
No. We're Liverpool Football Club. If a player wants to leave, we let them go. We don't hold people hostage. Like we've actually never hold any player hostage. Every player that's wanted to come and wanted to leave, we let them go. Diaz wanted to leave. We said he's not for sale. We still sold him because Diaz wanted to leave. We don't keep players hostage here. And plus, what if we're signing for 120? What's his release clause? What, 300 mil?
At least.
Like
it's got to be at least. It's got to be.
And guess what? At that point, there's no point even having one.
No one's paying it.
So, yeah. But yeah, Newcastle massively overpaid for this guy. But I think he's a good player. Coutinho. We didn't keep Coutinho hostage. We didn't keep Coutinho hostage.
No hostage. He went away with back injury.
We didn't keep Coutinho hostage.
Just going to go through the Carabao Cup draw as well from last night. Obviously, My Night Fantasy for you. Hope you're doing all right. A nice few couple of weeks for you guys. So
we got a Fabrizio news.
Another one.
Yep, just a minute ago. I can share my screen if you want.
Let's have a look. Fabrizio. What's it say? I can't see from here.
Wait, hold up. Can you see my screen? Let me make it bigger.
There we go.
Liverpool are ready to go all in and bid again for Isak as player stance has never changed. Isak only wants Liverpool, and if Newcastle decide to open a door after Watermood, plus another striker is also expected to join, Liverpool are ready.
Ready and waiting. That's what we are. And I'm ready. I'm
pretty sure if I scroll down, there's a retweet that he did. Look, he retweeted this recently. The moment that news got, here we go, he retweeted it straight away.
Yeah.
So he knows something. He's just not. He's got to keep his class close to his chest, because deals like this, he can't get this wrong. This is reputation damaging if you get stuff like this wrong. So yeah, he knows stuff is going on. And it's actually crazy how Newcastle agreed that fee quick.
Yeah. I said that earlier. I said things are happening quick now. There's something happening because it doesn't have... Like Watermead, he wasn't even linked to Newcastle yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow's got a medical. Sky Sports are now saying increasing the likely Alexander Isak size for Liverpool.
Yeah, the bid's going to come soon, I can tell. Paul Joyce apparently has spoken as well.
Yeah, he said that Liverpool are ready to bid again.
Yeah, so the bid's coming.
That Isak transfer is going to hit. It's going to hit. I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to
For me,
happen
the
in the next
Guehi
few days.
transfer is gonna hit, man.
Absolutely. I can't
Konate
wait for
can't
that
be
one.
playing like this, man. Like you don't understand, man. Konate's been pissing me off because he's a player, yeah, that has all the intangibles that you would want in a centre back. He's strong, he's fast, he's dominant in the air. And a game like and against Arsenal, we're gonna need him to be dominant because they are freaking Tony Pulis style playing team. Liverpool have bid 40 million for Gate. Let me see this. Where you guys getting all these news from?
Indicalia. That's the Indicalia news.
Okay.
So that is the Indicalia news right now.
If we've bidded 40 million, that's great.
Bids submitted in the last few hours. £40 million for Marc Guehi. So it's not even Isak. Wow, this could be it, guys. This could be it. This could be the next few days where we've been waiting for. Guehi, Isak, Champions League draw, Carabao Cup draw for some.
And did you hear that the coach of Palace was saying that he said I needed Guehi to play today, and that having him today, whatever happens afterwards, I'm not too sure. So he's basically hinting at the plan was basically to keep him for them to make sure that they actually fully qualified for conference. And now that they've got that confirmed, they're basically going to let him go. Because remember, Parrish said that he can't be he can't go for on a free. He has to be sold. He said we're the club that we have to sell him.
New contract, yeah. Sell our new contract.
And he ain't signed a new contract.
No, not a chance.
I can't see us getting. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I said this to people when I put in that group chat. I said Rio is the Diaz replacement. We're hoping what Barcelona did with Yamal when they got rid of when Ousmane Dembele left. We're hoping that's the same thing. And Ousmane Dembele left around the same age, and then Yamal came on the scene and did the job.
Going on to Carabao Cup last night, so Liverpool got Southampton at home. I think that's a good tie now. I like that tie because not only do we get to rest a couple of players, it's still a competitive game against a decent side for me. Mm-hmm. Arsenal travel to Port Vale, Man City go away to Huddersfield Town, my hometown, who are in form right now. So Man City got a tricky tie there. Tottenham and Doncaster.
Where's Man City going to?
Huddersfield. That's where I'm from.
Oh, nice.
I'm just looking around. I can't find who Man United got. 1 second. Can anyone help me? Who did Man United get in the draw last night? Anyone? Chat? Just trying to find out who Man United got last night in the draw.
I know they had Grimsby last night.
Who did they get in the draw after the?
They had Grimsby last night. That's why I know.
Who did they get in the Champions League draw as well? Let's have a look who they got in the Champions League draw. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we're not getting Rodrigo, bro.
No, we're not. We're not. That ship's sailed a long time ago.
Oh yeah. Konate getting benched is really just depending on how long Slot is going to deal with this and how much he rates Leone. If he rates Leone highly and he feels like he's ready, I would not be surprised if he just throws Leone in, because Slot is one of those managers that if he feels like he's got someone that can do the job better than you, he would pull you out and put that person in.
Well, look what happened to
Kwanzaa.
45 minutes he got.
He said he wasn't winning his duels, took him off. Rodrigo alone would be good, but I can't see it happening because, like what Paul Joyce said, Liverpool rate Rio highly. Rio's development has shocked them.
Absolutely. So yeah, what a day! What a 24 hours since the start of last night. Obviously, I'm including the Carabao Cup journey. I'm not gonna push it down. It's down in the pecking order in terms of importance right now, but it still happened in the last 24 hours. Carabao Cup draw, home to Southampton after the Grimsby knocking out Manchester United was absolutely beautiful. Then we get today, Today then comes around Champions League draw. Okay, that's nice. We'll talk about the Champions League. It's absolutely fine. It's beautiful to talk about. Good 8 games there for Liverpool, including a return for a certain Trent Alexander-Arnold in that as well. And just when you thought 2 cup draws is enough to talk about, isn't it, guys? It's enough to talk about on a stream. Nah, we got some big news coming out about Alexander Isak and Newcastle specifically. Newcastle are signing the Isak replacement in Walter Meade from Stuttgart. That is going to happen sometime soon. The medical is booked there for tomorrow. And since then, it's all been about Isak, and that bid is coming in for Liverpool. Romano now saying we're going to go all in for Alexander Isak. That bid will come in. I think it's going to be tomorrow, personally. It could the way it's quick, how quick it's going. Actually, it could even be tonight whilst we're asleep, if I'm honest. But I think it's going to be tomorrow. I think we'll get Guehi over the line as well. Of that couple of weeks. That's just come out as well about Guehi. £40 million bid according to Indicalia that was submitted for Guehi. Wow, it is coming down to the transfer deadline on Monday. 3-4 days left, and it's going to be an exciting one. As Tida just exactly said there, words out of my mouth. The next few days are going to be very exciting for all Liverpool fans. And in between all that, just when you think you haven't got enough Liverpool content, we've got a game on Sunday. Not just a game on Sunday. We've got the game on Sunday. The one against the 2 title favourites. Liverpool against Arsenal at the Anfield on Sunday, in between all the transfer news as well. So get involved in Talking Reds for all this sort of Liverpool content. So you talk about all the transfer news, watch all the games together, and much, much more on this channel. So make sure you do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already for all your Liverpool content that you can physically want. DBK, we're back next week. You said you were going to do, was it Tuesday, Wednesday? I think you're back next week.
Yeah, one of the 2, yeah.
Yeah, so DBK is back next week. I'm away now until next week, but I think I'm going to do a morning one or a midday one tomorrow. So I'll be either live tomorrow morning or midday tomorrow. So you should tune into that. And also, Ryan will be live tomorrow night as well. Thank you for watching tonight, guys. Have a good day. Newcastle fans, Man United fans,